Hello, welcome to my ninth video and my second Christmassy video. My name's Ben, and in this video, we're going to be drawing a Christmas tree. Let's get straight into it. To start off the tutorial, there's a very simple method to actually draw individual branches. And that is by drawing small curves that link up towards the top of the branch and just sort of move along in a sort of shelf shape. I'll be referring to these as shelves, as it's just something very simple to refer to them as. That's all you've got to do. It might not look like much now, but it will look very realistic once you do this loads of times. And that's pretty much it, really. It's nice and simple. Let's move on to the actual main tutorial. Moving on to the next part of the tutorial, just draw a vertical line with two slightly slanted lines next to it, creating a tent shape. After that, draw a sort of fuzzy sort of representation of the branches at the top because they're very small and thin, I guess. And once you've gone, say, 20% of the way down your tree, we can start to draw small shelves that are sort of in the middle. Don't make them branch too far out at the moment, as if you do this afterwards, the effect may not be as strong. But just draw small branches that in the form of shelves, in the middle, and sometimes towards the side a little bit as well. But keep these relatively close to the centre, like this. Once you're happy with that, we can then start to draw some more longer shelves that are sort of more towards the side, but not totally towards the side. And keep this very natural. Don't just draw the same number of branches on each side of the tree, but just try to make it very natural. And you should also droop some down as well. Keep it very natural looking until you get something which looks a little bit like this. Once you're okay with that, it's time to do the really long shelves that actually touch the edge of your tent. It's really important they do touch the end of your tent, so it really does create that sort of natural Christmas tree sort of look, and just fill things in from there, really. And you can always come back later and add more things in. The next part of the tutorial is to actually add shading into the Christmas tree that you've started to draw. And all you need to do this is just use a darker pencil and trace over the bottom parts of your shelves, which gives it the sense of sort of shadow. It gives the sense of 3D, and it'll make your Christmas tree pop out a lot because it gives a sense of lighting, which is what a lot of 3D objects need. Don't focus in too much on the center at the moment, just focus on the outsides of the tree, as the middle bit will require a bit of a different approach. But that's all you need to do for this bit, and obviously make sure you know where your branches are. And once you've done that, you should be looking at something fairly similar to what I have here. Once you've done that bit of shading, it's time to move on to the middle bit of shading that I talked to you about before. And all you've got to do is just shade in all the bits in between all the shelves that you did, and the bits in between the central log, I guess, like the actual log of the tree. And just fill those bits in using your dark pencil, and just to really join things up, I guess, like I've done here. And again, you might just want to really redefine some of the bottoms of the shelves again. But once you've done that, you'll actually have a much more fuller looking tree. And it's this that should really allow us to really redefine our tree. And the way we can do that is to really think of the tree as a 3D object, and actually start adding in some branches that branch out towards the back of the tree. And the way we do this is just to use your dark pencil and just sort of fill in between the individual shelves that we've already drawn. and add more in where necessary. And also to use your rubber and rub out bits in the middle to really redefine the shelves actually branch out towards you, as they may have gotten lost when we've been doing our extra shelves. But once you've done that, let's move on to the next bit. And that is pretty much it for the main Christmas tree. If you did want to see how I decorated my Christmas tree, you can skip to the following timestamp. However, if you wanted to decorate yourself, then you can just go off and do that in your own time. But for now, let's proceed on with the main Christmas tree. Let's actually attach our Christmas tree to the ground, shall we? And the way we can do this is by starting off drawing the trunk based upon the tent shape that we drew at the beginning, and just draw a darkish trunk that generally matches the colour of or the tone of your Christmas tree. Don't make it too dark, as that will stand out way too much. And try to make it join as much as possible by making the bottom really dark so it just seamlessly goes up into the Christmas tree itself. And once you've done that bit, we can then start to draw the pot, which is just a upside down trapezium really. It's nothing really too much to think about. Although of course you make the pot whichever way you like. You don't even have to draw the pot. But if you do, and you want to do it the way I've done it, that's how I've done it. Like so. Now all you need to do is shade in the pot. And the way to do this is just to sweep from dark to white, or dark to light, preferably using a dark pencil to really get that contrast, and then just refine as you go. And that's obviously in the shape of the pot that you've done. And once you've done that, we've pretty much come to the end of the tutorial. I will now show you how to do the extra decorations, which is optional, and you can do whatever decorations you want. But there are some examples of decorations that I've done. The first decoration you can do is just a simple bauble decoration. And you can do this by just drawing a simple sphere in which you draw a crescent shape. And, oh, by the way, and make sure you use a rubber just to rub out where you want your decoration to be. We just create a crescent shape, sweeping from dark to light, and eventually leaving like a top, sort of like lighter sphere, as you can see on the top. Right. There. And you just repeat that where you want your baubles to be. But I also want silver bells on my tree as well, which you can do by just drawing a simple bell shape and trying to apply the same technique, but this time you repeat it 3 times with the bottom part of the bell, the sort of rim part of the bell, and then the top part of the bell as well. And you can also add like a black sort of line in like the left or the right, depending on like where your lighting is, to sort of like create that sort of effect of objects reflecting off of it. As you can see here, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can just have a look at the silver bell right here and the other baubles and just copy that really. And just repeat that all the times that you like. To make the 5-sided star, I sort of used a barbecue symbol for this, and it made the bottom bits of the legs of the barbecue half the length of the top of the triangle, and then joined the 2 legs together to create the star in a triangle shape. Then just applied a simple chain technique, sweeping from dark to light. I will try and create a tutorial in the future, in the new year, that will show you how to shade different 3D objects. And you can make it any shape you like, but this is how I did it. And finally, what Christmas tree is complete without a bit of tinsel? And to do this, you just rub out different lines across your Christmas tree. Finish up by just drawing random lines at the bottom and at the top of the tinsel, like I'm doing here. Make these as random as possible. You don't have to follow a specific direction. But just do these exclusively at the bottom and exclusively at the top. And just do that for every single bit of tinsel that you have. You might even want to try to not draw it just at the bottom of the top, at the sides of the tinsel lines that you've drawn, just to make it look like it wraps around the Christmas tree, like I'm doing here. And once you've done that, we've pretty much completed the tutorial. And that is it. We have come to the end of the tutorial. Thanks for watching. And I did want to mention as well that this is actually the last tutorial of 2024. I've done a total of, 9 videos at this point that you can all watch from this year. Have a nice look back. Maybe if you've been viewing for a while, remind yourself of what I've been uploading. They're probably people that I know, so I can probably just tell them personally. But yeah, so if I reach 25 subscribers, what I might even try to is I might do a special New Year's video. But if I don't see you guys, have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2025. Bye!